Hello and welcome. I'm your host Gadd, and today's video will be taking a deep dive into a DPS Crusader build for PvP. If you're looking to shred enemies, rack up kills, and dominate in PvP events, this build is all about raw damage and with just enough crowd control to keep your opponents locked down. I'll break down the skills and legendaries, skill rotation, Paragon, green set, Reforge, curse set, and legendary gems. Timestamps will be in the description below. This build focuses on burst damage, leveraging high damage combos, and maintaining constant pressure. Instead of full support or tanking, you're here to delete enemies quickly while still bringing Crusader utility. Shout out to my good friend Chabella. Apologies if I'm getting your name wrong. For always helping test out new Crusader builds. He's an amazing Crusader player who has always been helpful in my growth and understanding of the class. Skills and Legendaries. These recommended skills essence focus on high burst, stun locking, and CC immunity. Starting with the new helm for Fist of the Heavens. From the Inferno 6, find Misfortune to activate Lightning Agent. Fist of the Heavens now empowers you with lightning. When your next attack hits an enemy, lightning bolts will rain down on that location. Looking at the details in the skill menu, Fist of the Heavens is a buff skill with a 6-second cooldown, causing 7 bolts of lightning to rain down where your next skill hits an enemy, each bolt dealing massive damage. And for the pants for Fist of the Heavens, Scorn the Pawn. Fist of the Heavens stuns all shocked enemies for 3 seconds. This cannot occur more often than once every 4 seconds. Fist of the Heavens does massive damage in a small area at target's location and stunning enemies nearby affected by shock. Fallen Sword. On the main hand 1, the legendary essence Flail the Verve to activate Thundering Slash, making your Fallen Sword a channel dealing damage and applying shock. On the shoulders, Bell Protector. Fallen Sword also grants a shield for 2 seconds and providing immunity to loss of control and knockback. Absorptures cannot trigger more often than once every 2 seconds. Tooltip to add. Fallen Sword has to do damage to trigger the shield, not on activation. And on the chest, Fitted Thunderhead. Fallen Sword now also decreases enemy movement speed by 40%. Fallen Sword does high bursts of lightning damage, applying shock and reducing the movement speed of all nearby enemies. When damaging a target, giving you a shield and CC immunity for a more aggressive playstyle and add even more damage. Changing the chest to Crackled Cage. When Fallen Sword hits a shocked enemy, it calls down a bolt that deals damage once every 1 second. With this essence mastery, increases the fallen damage by 90%. I recommend this for Wall Brawl and Alley of Blood. Shield Glare. From the Inferno 1, on the offhand 1, Lofty Light. Activating Glare of Justice. Shield Glare now surrounds you with an area of radiant justice during which enemies within are automatically attacked, attacking all nearby enemies, dealing damage and blinding them. Cannot blind the same enemy more often than once every 5 seconds. This will create a full stun lock combo on targets for this build. Punish. For the main hand, I recommend Wretch Splitter. Targets hit by Punish, you gain Hardened Senses, increasing your block chance by 30%. Also applying a 1 mark for 3 seconds, increasing the movement speed of you and your allies by 28.5% while moving towards an enemy with the 1 mark. And lastly, the Inferno 7 offhand, Justice Maw. Punish also causes enemies to deal reduced damage for 1 second. These combos work really well with team fights and chasing ranged carries. For even more added pressure, I recommend Grim Crack Buckler. When Punish grants Hardened Senses, it adds an explosive dealing damage to all nearby enemies. Conjuration of Light. Lastly, Conjuration of Light, calling down a beam of holy light from the heavens, protecting you and your nearby allies with damage immunity. Gaining Conjuration of Light again within 16 seconds reduces its duration by 50%. Skill Rotation. Engagement starts by buffing Fist of the Heavens, followed by Fallen Sword, stunning the enemy or enemies, and primary attacking with Punish, afflicting them with a 1 mark and increasing your block chance. Don't get lost in the sauce. Next, activate Shield Glare when a target is coming out of stun, reactivating Fist of the Heavens off cooldown into channeling Falling Sword. This is the full stun rotation for this build that works amazing for Wall Brawl and other PvP events. Paragon. For the Gladiator tree for PvP survival tools, Cheat Death, Grizzled Veteran, Quick-Witted, First Aid, and Hold Formation. Elite Paragon skills that I use is the Curse of the Weakness. It gives survivability and engagement. Green set gear. 4-piece mount banks is the main focus for massive shields and survivability. 2-piece Vithus Urge for buff beneficial effects for PvP events. 4-piece Vithus for the attack speed buff. Reforge set. Using my 3rd Reforge set from the blacksmith, I created a new DPS Reforge set for PvP. Using Vengeance set for the attack speed increase, damage to player increase, and damage to enemies suffering loss of control on all gear. Jolt set, beneficial effects increase and reduce damage from players. While Fire set, all damage increase on all slots. At the time of this video, I was just testing, but if you have a better Reforge, please leave in the comments down below. I would love to test it. Curse set. For the Curse set, I recommend running 6-piece Nettled. After gaining a shield for the next 6 seconds, every time you are hit, you counterattack, dealing 40% of your damage to all nearby enemies. Enemies struck by counterattack also take a 16% increased damage. 2-piece Ghosted. Creates an illusion with 40% of your life whenever you use a buff skill. This illusion absorbs part of the incoming damage that lasts 6 seconds, every 90 seconds on cooldown. Adds survivability by transferring damage, letting you survive risky dives and keep the pressure going. Legendary Gems. For the Legendary Gems, I will give you my recommendations. Bloodsoaked Jade for the increased damage, movement speed, and reduced damage taken while under 50% life. Rolling Consequence, buffing you for 6 seconds, increasing crit hit chance and burning all nearby enemies. A fire explosion for 3 seconds, all while increasing your crit hit chance to burning enemies. Colossal Engine, granting yourself a buff also grants you Colossal Strength, increasing skill damage and increasing your size and skill range. Colossal Strength also grants immunity to knockback. I have this Ox for the Blessing of the Worthy at the time of this video, so the rank 1 bonus of the effect for immunity to knockback does not apply. Blood Flow. Critical hits cause you to enter Blood Rage, increasing damage done and critical hit damage. While Blood Rage is active, critical hits cause enemies to bleed for 3 seconds, once every 20 seconds. Next, for my 2-star recommendations, Pain Class, giving damage increase when nearby enemies are suffering from damage over time effects and increasing your movement speed. Crimson Behelit, an event gem, increasing damage over 50% life and reducing damage when you're under 50% life. Other defensive gems such as Moss Thorn or Battleguard are great since these gems can be placed into Awakened 5-star gems. Other offensive gems like Mother's Lament, Viper's Bite, Igneous Scorn, and Spectral Glass are amazing to have for both PvP and PvE. Your choice of playstyle and luck in the Rift. Lastly, 1-star recommendations. Everlasting Torment, base damage over time and attack speed increase. Blessed Pebble increases your beneficial effect and movement speed. Other gems can be placed into Awakened 2-star gems and are great for PvE, such as Misery's Elixir and Eye of the Unyielding. The strengths and weaknesses of this build are it has extremely high burst damage, strong AoE, single target pressure, and a stun combo potential. But the weaknesses is it's less tanky than support tank builds, needs precision engage, easy to punish if whiffed it. Demon Hunters and Mages can kite and outrange this close range build. And that's the DPS Crusader PvP build with massive burst damage, team fight stuns, and strong survivability. This build is perfect for dominating PvP events. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the build, don't forget to save it to your armory. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Message me in game or on Discord. Information will be listed down below. Best of luck and have fun. See you next time. Take care.